But we're about to get it on. Match of the round underway at the home of football.
That'll be interesting. Now Waters is going to an opponent there. I think it's Wellingham.
Jolly gets a free there. Advantage paid. So Beams takes off, runs to 50, has to deliver, and delivers on cue. Biggest crowd some of these West Coast players have played in front of in their young careers. Brennan, one of them, for solo. Kicked 14-8 this year from the square. Gets plenty of shoe on it. That's all the way home. Thomas getting plenty of it early. Side bottom to Maxwell. They are hot, the Pies. Cloak edges his opponent, McKenzie out. Runs in, open goal. Spectacularly good start for Collingwood. To Pritis. Hugging the boundary, now they come inboard to Lynch, and the spaces start to open up. Kerr runs for him, runs to the paint of the 50, drives it long, goal square, hands is up, can't mark it, gathers his own crumb, spins, kicks, goals. Boy, did they need that. Darling up, hands to it, couldn't mark it. Kerr, and now Hams can get and go. Cox calls for it. And he pops it to the top of the square. Shepherd's there, and he marks front spot. 7th game of the year. Massive kick. Cool head. West Coast have kicked the last 2. But McKenzie could grab this. He comes hard. Flicks it down. Free kick. Play on advantage. Cloak. There's no one in the square. He could go for home and roll it. He dumps it. It's low. It skids. It is a beautiful kick. That is as good as it gets. And there's the crowd's darling there. Collingwood fans enjoyed every piece of that. Lynch out of the ruck. Got one high and he'll line up at goal. To make it a one-kick game, never in doubt. And the West Coast Eagles are back. Wellingham can't gather and go. Neither can Waters. Little fumble. It's been that kind of game. For Solo. To Beams. Will Cloak get a run at this? He's manhandled it. He still marks it. He's taken the most contested marks in the competition again this year for the 2nd year running, and that was a ripper. And he finishes it off with his 3rd goal of the afternoon. Nat Nui attacks it with Jolly. Beams caught by the arm. Kerr shovels it out. Rosa. Shuey to the top of the square, and it works. Hands was in the hole. Missed kicks. Finals pressure. But Ashton Hams is up to it. Kerr. Nat Nui in a one-on-one. Got a hand on it. Couldn't bring it in. Gathers. In turn gathered. Somehow raked it free, somehow got it up, and somehow Hill levels the scores.
Losing their direct opponents around the clearances now in general play.
Gee, that's a good grab. Free grab, take your pick. You got one to the ear, hands it up to Shuey. They have not seen the lead in this game, the West Coast Eagles. Goal umpire does some dancing. He's got it, and for the first time today, the West Coast Eagles lead. Shuey just gets the kick away in time. Shepherd up with Swan, but he's too clever. He takes off, and it opens up for Collingwood now. Dane Beams didn't want to go for home. Changes his mind, loads up long. Spectacular. Inspirational. Could be a grand final preview we're watching here. They could be dissecting this tape in September. Hill gets free, thought about it, gives it. Lynch needs to get around a tackler, hammers it towards goal. And that's against the flow for the West Coast. They lead by 7. Cox tied up Jolly. Side bottom, got it from Beams, gives it to Thomas. So the big gun starting to fire. Sidestep from Thomas. Some artistry towards Cloak. Taps it down. Blair, he rolled it, and he got it. Jared Blair ties the scores. Sensational. Swan called to go. Finds Shaw, finds Beams. The perfect man. And it opens up for him. Blair. And he delivers. Collingwood get the lead back. For Solo. Blair, who's kicked 2 goals in this term. Inside to Elliott. Peels it wide to Cloak. The toughest of all angles. Holds his body on an angle. Strikes it beautifully. Can you believe it?
You talk about Swan's presence. He's off for a spell, but he's had 10 possessions already in the 3rd term.
Beams launches in the Cloak direction. He's got another contestant mark. His price is rising. It's managed by Ralph Carl, who manages musicians like Tina Arena, Vanessa Amorosi, and Cloak is well and truly on song right now. Darling, all the way down to half-back. Caught, dropped it. Beams, after Jolly gave it to him. Side bottom, that was brilliant. Gave it up just in time for Solo. Cloak, not touched! Bounced through, beat them all, and Collingwood hot to trot right now. Needs to find a target with this kick, and he's missed a few. Swan, after Tooby couldn't gather. Back in the Tooby direction, not clear. Nat knew he could be the man. Feeds it to Shuey, breaks free. Marston, stand start. That's against the flow. And that was quality street from the West Coast. Threads it through. Pritis, Kerr, 4 metre kick to Lynch, but it worked. Created some space. He could go for goal from just outside 50. Sizes them up. And that's vintage Daniel Kerr. And they are on the way back. So the West Coast Eagles in some ways with the sub first to blink. Waters. Again to the pocket. And Darling, magnificent hands. Everybody in the AFL eyes on this battle for top spot. And Darling pulls one out of the fire. Could have been ball, he was tackled, but he did have it knocked clear. Swift, the sub gets a kick. Cox to Shepherd, to the hot spot. Nui! That's what he has ahead of him. It's a 3-point game, and this one has hit fever pitch. Rosa, confidence rising. Shepherd bangs it long. Darling, Hill back of the pack. And they steal the lead from Collingwood. Temperatures rising by the second. That could be a free. It is. 61-degree angle to give Collingwood the lead with 6 minutes 45 left. Could someone be a hero for the West Coast? Towed away. Side bottom the sidestep. Dangerous kick. 15 seconds left. Thomas attacks it hard. Cut off. Rolls to Glass. Hands it up to Hearn. Bang. Dispossessed. Thomas gathers. They should win at Collingwood. Kicks it wide. And here's one of the most magnificent sounds in the world. 70,000 Collingwood fans in full cry.